Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on our comic book creator interviews, including our monthly Chichester chats with comic book legend DG Chichester, superhero movie brackets in our search for the worst comic book movie of all time, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luca Perich, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Recording has started. In a world of capes and lunatics, gods and monsters, there are threats so great that no one hero alone can face them. In those times shall rise a team of heroes, Avengers. This is Avengers Declassified. I'm your host, Charlie, the Professor Esser. And with me, as always, is the blue-eyed bomber from the Burger Pits,
Philman Perich.
Welcome, Philip. Today, we discuss the final 3 installments of Secret Wars, the original. Made to sell toys, but that captured our hearts regardless. They even have a reskin to Doom. And why do they have a reskin to Doom? Because they couldn't make the tunic look right on the toy.
No.
The
new armor, yeah.
Yeah, that fancy armor. It's because they could not get it. They could not make an actual Doom look like Doom. Philip, do you want to read the synopsis of the first issues, or just want to talk about them freestyle for all three, you and me?
I mean, either way. I mean, I have it pulled up, so.
All right, well, tell me what happens in that
All
amazing issue number 10.
All right, number 10, Death to the Beyonder. Of course, yeah, it's all the same team. Jim Shooter, Mike Zeck, John Beatty, Christy Shealy, Joe Rosen, and Tom DeFalco, editor.
No one edits like Tom.
That's right. Here we go. With the heroes of Battleworld preventing Galactus from trying to consume the planet, Galactus has no choice but to consume his own world chip for sustenance. The heroes quickly shield their eyes from the blinding flash of light. However, as they witness Galactus consuming the needed energy, they suddenly spot it being diverted back to Doom Base. Captain Marvel quickly travels there at the speed of light to see what happened and witnesses Dr. Doom bombarding himself with the energies which he is filtering through the special lenses made out of Claw's body. She reports this new development back to the others via Professor X's telepathic link. With the process finished, Doom is revitalized by the sheer power he has absorbed, but soon finds his perceptions have been enhanced beyond human comprehension. After acclimatizing himself, Doom suddenly senses Captain Marvel's presence in his midst. When Xavier's side link is suddenly cut off, the heroes all rush to the nearest shuttle, which is held aloft by Magneto's powers. Along the way, Captain America makes a comment about Magneto living up to his hype. This starts a heated exchange between the two about human-mutant relations. When Cap says he is only standing by with Magneto due to the fact that the X-Men are vouching for him. That's when Wolverine pipes up and berates Captain America for not doing as much for mutants as he does ordinary humans. When Wolverine becomes too heated, the X-Men pull him back to prevent a fight from happening. While back at Doom Base, Doom is debating on what to do about the Beyonder as he has power beyond compare. But is it enough to stop the Beyonder? Doom holds counsel with the severed head of Claw and decides that he must tempt fate and face the Beyonder, even if it means his death. Utilizing his newfound power, Doom constructs a new suit of armor and departs for space. The heroes soon arrive and find not a trace of Doom and all their prisoners still locked in their cells. Spider-Woman finds Captain Marvel, who has somehow been trapped in her light form. They also find the severed head of Claw, and after a massive earthquake, the disembodied villain tells them that Doom is about to face off against the Beyonder himself. In deep space, the Beyonder demands that Doom go back and not approach him, but Doom is more determined than ever to claim this ultimate prize. With the planet still shaking up, Mr. Fantastic suggests that they try and revive Galactus, and he locates him in space on their monitors. Before they can act, another shockwave hits, causing part of Doom Base to collapse on some of the heroes. Amid the chaos, Colossus notices that Xanchi's village is in danger as well and wants to go out to her, but knows that she cares only for the Human Torch. Colossus is shocked when the Torch is disinterested in helping her while trying to help Mr. Fantastic from under the rubble. Insulted by this, Colossus is about to start a fight when suddenly the planet is rocked by another massive earthquake. While in space, Dr. Doom continues his attack on the Beyonder. While his foe continues doubling his power to match Doom's, the monarch of Latveria refuses to surrender. As a final effort, Doom beams an image of himself back to Earth and appears before the heroes. He asks those who wish to defeat the Beyonder to lend him their power, offering them everything they could want and more. All they need to do is take his hand. When Magneto reaches out to take it, the Wasp, Hawkeye, and Iron Man attack him. Magneto is kept at bay long enough that Doom cannot maintain the image anymore and disappears. After he is gone, Hawkeye tries to chastise the X-Men for trusting Magneto, but Captain America orders him to stand down. Dr. Doom has been defeated. His ravaged body now lays on the surface of Battleworld. However, soon he's enveloped in energy and his mind probed. Doom's life flashes before his eyes. His discovery that his late mother was a witch, how he became a famous defender of his people, and the accident that ruined his face, his rise to power in Latveria, and his endless quest to rescue the soul of his mother from the clutches of the demon Mephisto. Unwilling to die, Doom suddenly finds his body being recreated and his armor repaired by the energy swirling around him. This rebirth is causing more earthquakes that threaten to bring down Doom Base around the heroes. Captain America calls an evacuation as well as orders their prisoners to be freed so they can escape themselves. The heroes regroup outside just as Doom Base crumbles to the ground. Suddenly, there's a blinding flash of light that appears above them and changes into a massive Doctor Doom. Doom announces that the Beyonder is dead, and shrinking back down to human size, Doom removes his mask and declares the secret war is over.
Yay!
So
a lot to unpack here. First off, man, here's what I'm gonna say, and these 3 issues, I so need Andy Serkis back as Claw just for this. This would be Andy Serkis. This was like the scene that Andy Serkis was made to play Claw in Secret Wars as a living sound being.
I was going to say, I mean, they killed his human body. I mean, all you got to do is bring him back somehow with a sound body.
Yeah. Sound body, not so sound mind. I mean, but it's really great, and that is like my favorite part of. And these 3 issues, these are really, I think these are the ones where Secret Wars really kicks it into high gear.
Oh yeah,
it's where you really get the feeling of, oh, that's what this is all about. And I do love Doom in this, in his hubristic, it is, and I think this is one of the things about Doom that is interesting. It is about how he cannot stand the idea that there is anyone else who might be above him. And that's like the big difference between him and Reed Richards. Reed Richards is the smartest person on the planet, according to other people. He never makes that statement himself. And when he meets people who are as smart or almost as smart or pretty dang smart, he's very cool about it. It's not like he has to fight with T'Challa to say, well, technically I'm the smartest, or with Tony Stark or anyone else, he's not the wizard,
Oh yeah, I mean, they were all ready to follow his lead in the beginning there, and he's like, no, I'm too distracted. So yeah, that's when Captain, they're all like, oh, okay, make it Captain America.
And Captain America is honestly one of the better. This is a good interpretation of Cap, I think.
Yeah,
and he you get him in this moment. This is combat Cap, where he is not here to cotton to anybody's frivolities, but he's also not the caricature you think he is.
Yeah, no.
Because I really get, because like his interactions with Wolverine in this are pretty interesting, you know.
Mhm.
Especially as the characters, it's always interesting when you look back at a moment like this and think about how those characters have evolved over time. Because at this point, you know, this is just a few years after, you know, Wolverine was a literal hyper evolved Wolverine,
Yeah.
you know. So really, you know, now of course we have this whole backstory that we know about for them. But like at the time, you don't get that, but you could also almost nothing in this precludes that backstory, even where he says, you know, I kind of respected you, but I'm starting to feel that, you know, Magneto's right about a lot of this stuff, which is also interesting to see because really that's not even out of character necessarily for Wolverine, especially at this point in his life where he's very hot headed.
Yeah, but even by the point where Cap's freeing the prisoners, Wolverine comes in and helps them, and it's just like, yeah, we got
Yeah.
our differences, but yeah.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing, and that's also a point with that. It's like Cap's like, you know, I know they're villains, but I'm not gonna let people die.
Oh yeah.
You know, I'm not just gonna just look the other way and let them die because that would make first off that would make me a horrible person, but more to the point, that's just not necessary. You know, they
Mhm.
don't deserve that. As bad as they may be, they don't deserve that.
Mhm.
You know, and you know, so that's one of the really great moments in this. And you know, it's interesting when Doom is in that moment and he's battling the Beyonder, where it is, you know, and you do see him kind of like, I kind of made a bad choice here, which makes sense because he literally just stole Galactus's power. At the very start of the story, we saw Galactus get totally beaten up by the Beyonder. You know, it's like, you know, again, Galactus being a little too hubristic. It's like, I'm not going to eat all these, you know, creatures just to make you happy. If you have this power to save me and to stop me from eating, then do that. And you know, the band was like, no.
But I mean, this is always the Doom playbook, trying to steal cosmic power. I mean, he's done it to the Silver Surfer. I mean, he always.
Yeah, I know. Just because he has like history in it, and there's a part of me that almost feels like Doom didn't actually win. That at a certain point in this, the Beyonder was just like, you know what? Let's see what he does with the amount of power that he can hold in his armor.
Well, yeah, when you think about it, I mean, your whole point this whole time has been, be the Beyonder studying desire and stuff. I mean, what happens when Doom gets everything he wants?
Yes, and it does not go well.
No.
Which we can talk about in the next issue, Phil.
All right, so issue number 11. Although I do like that cover for 10, where Doom's all beat up.
Mm-hmm.
Where's my link? Carry up. Website's not being cooperative. Hold on. There we go.
There we go.
Okay. Secret Wars number 11.
Yay!
And Dust to Dust.
Yep.
The stupid pop-ups.
Oh my goodness.
Free website. Why do I get pop-ups? Dr. Doom has stolen the power of the Beyonder.
That's why the website's free, Phil.
Exactly. Yeah, I know. Dr. Doom has stolen the power of the Beyonder and appeared before the heroes gathered on Battleworld. Removing his mask, Doom reveals that his face has been completely healed. He then announces that with the Beyonder seemingly dead, the secret wars are now over. From afar, Doom's former minions watch as Doom speaks with the heroes. Thinking Doom has betrayed them, the Molecule Man is furious and uses his power to uproot the earth under the heroes and fling them across Battleworld. When Owen Reese angrily confronts Doom, Doom merely opens up Reese's mind and removes the mental blocks that prevented him from being able to alter the molecules of living things.
Mm-hmm.
That's not going to... Struck by this revelation, Molecule Man suggests that they retreat and figure out their next move. Volcana suggests her apartment, and so the Molecule Man creates a ship that will allow them to fly to the chunk of Denver that has been brought to Battleworld. Meanwhile, the heroes regroup at Doom Base to review their notes and decide what to do with the new godlike Dr. Doom. While they discuss this, the villains have regrouped at Marsh's apartment. There they all agree that the secret wars are not worth it and want to go home, even if it means forfeiting the prize. With that, Molecule Man uses his powers to erect an airtight dome around Denver and pull it free from Battle World and venture off into space. This is picked up by the hero's scanners, and when Spider Woman expresses concern for the friends and family she still has in Denver, Mr. Fantastic regretfully tells her that there's nothing they can do. That evening, Colossus cannot sleep because of his growing feelings for the alien woman Xanshi that he has fallen in love with. Unwilling to go forward with whatever plans until he sees her one more time, Colossus leaves in the night. As he goes, a ball of energy arrives at Doom Base and takes possession of the Hulk. The possessed Hulk is spotted by Spider Woman, who tries to stop him. When the Hulk's path is impeded, the energy that is possessing him switches over to her, and she continues on into the lab. There she finds Captain Marvel still trapped in her energy form, as well as the severed head of Claw. Before she can do anything, there's a blinding flash of light that causes her to scream. When the other heroes arrive, they find Claw missing and Captain Marvel restored to normal. They also find a message from Doctor Doom telling them to meet him at the Tower of Doom at dusk the following day. When they wonder where the Tower of Doom is, they look out the window and see a massive stone tower off in the distance. Doom has reformed Claw and brought him to his side. Having grown tired, Doom orders Claw to guard his tower while he sleeps. At the alien village, Xanshi is awoken by the arrival of Colossus, who has brought her flowers and professes his love to her. Back at Doom Base, Nightcrawler and Wolverine are looking for Colossus for the big meeting. Wolverine points out that he is off with Xanshi, and Nightcrawler laments about what this will mean to Peter's girlfriend, Kitty Pryde, back home. Wolverine points out that Colossus isn't really in love with Xanshi. He is just feeling the after effects of her healing powers.
Yeah.
The heroes
He's just a big dumb galoot.
The heroes soon board a craft and fly out to Doom's tower to meet with him. Doom announces to them that there is no more need to fight, as he intends to use his omnipotence for altruistic ends. In order to demonstrate this, he uses his power to resurrect Kang the Conqueror and returns him to his own time.
Poor Kang. Just totally getting pugned by this.
You're fine, kid. Yeah, walk it off. Go home. He also explains that he has summoned Nova, the Herald of Galactus, to recover her master from space. He then offers to grant the heroes any wish they want in recompense for all the suffering he has caused them in the past. When they all begin discussing it, Captain America notices that Spider-Woman is acting strangely and paying particular attention to Claw. Cap eventually comes back and tells Doom they want nothing. As such, Doom allows them to go free, but warns them against acting against him in the future, as he will destroy them instantly. As the heroes exit, Captain America sends everyone else back so he can venture back inside and to try to spy on Doom, but he's looking for Spider-Woman.
Yeah.
He finds Doom spending time with Claw, and once detected, Doom invites the captain in, sending Claw away to look for Spider-Woman. Down one of the corridors, Claw is ambushed by Spider-Woman, and the energy that has been possessing her since the night before transfers to Claw. Captain America hears that Doom has no interest in conquering the universe, and when Claw returns to inform him that Spider-Woman is knocked out in the hallway, Doom sends Cap away to her. Outside, he finds the others still waiting and tells them they need to call a meeting. Elsewhere, Colossus is trying to have a romantic interlude with Xanshi, but is forced to come back due to the mental summons of Professor X. The heroes then meet back at Doom Base, where they discuss whether they should go up against a god like Doom or leave him be. But they agree that they to only go after their foe if the vote is unanimous. Everyone agrees that Doom cannot be left with such power unchecked, with almost everyone voting yes, with the last vote coming down to Colossus. He tearfully asks Xanshi to forgive him and votes yes. The moment he does, the heroes are torn apart by a massive burst of blast of energy that seemingly kills them all.
Dun dun dun.
So, everyone's
That's
dead.
it.
Yep.
Everyone's dead. So that's how the Secret Wars ends. No, and again, this is another good story, especially because you get so much into this. How Doom has this power, but he also refuses to let go of his humanity. Like all that power, and he knows how dangerous it is for a human to have this power. It's like Lisa Simpson says, there's something that could be dangerous in the wrong hands, and Dad's holding it. It is very
He's
very much this circular logic that he's dealing with, because he knows he needs this power to do what must be done, but he also knows that him having this power makes everything dangerous.
he's too vain. First thing he did
He's
was
too
fix
vain.
his
He can't.
face. He should have just cast off his human form.
Well, yeah, I mean, he could have ascended and been a benevolent, you know, sweet potato or whatever, and but and influence the universe in his own way. Could have done good for the universe. Could have, maybe even had, become a celestial being and then attacked hell to free his mom.
Mhm.
But even that he's waiting on, because at the same time he knows, for as powerful as he is, he doesn't know what that's going to do when he goes there. Because of course that's moving into a more esoteric plane of reality, a place that, because he's only a petty dabbler, as we all know, he really does not have a grasp on how to actually deal with it. As Mephisto will tell you, he is little more than a scratch, an itch. He is an annoyance. But because everyone believes in his power, there's little they can do about it, and it's a very convoluted thing when you're a hell demon kind of creature. But we don't even get that far, because he is so panicked by his own power that the minute the superheroes think about coming against him, even though, again, there's no reason for this, there's not like they could do anything. If he wanted to, he could just throw up an impenetrable barrier. It's like, he could plan for his future, but he's not. Instead, he's literally sitting around with his shirt off reading a newspaper.
He's not.
Where did he get that paper, Phil? Where did he get the paper?
He could easily have teleported it, or
Yeah, I know, but it's interesting. And I just love that he's there with his shirt off. Reminds me of my dad when he'd come home. Take his shirt off, just sit down, gotta relax, gotta let everything breathe. It's a very European thing. Um, and yeah, and there's Claw just sitting by him, saying, "Hey, how you doing? How you do and." Again, Andy Serkis. This is the role he was born to play.
Echo, yeah.
Yes. But yeah, so they're all dead. And that's where that ends. Because Doom just can't take it. Can't take the idea of anyone plotting against him.
That's right.
He will condone no interruption. And that brings us to our grand finale, Philip.
Yes, Secret Wars number 12, Nothing to Fear. For daring to unite against the omnipotent power of Doctor Doom, the heroes on Battleworld have been annihilated for their defiance. Seeing the smoldering wreckage of Doom Base is Xanshi and her people, who rushed to the location to see what befell the champions who defended them against the evil beset upon them. From his new home at the Tower of Doom, Doctor Doom assures Claude that he has slain the heroes and they will not stand in his way again. That he is certain. Meanwhile, millions of miles away, the villains who were brought to Battleworld are transporting the city of Denver back to Earth thanks to the enhanced powers of the Molecule Man. Curious as to what is happening on Battleworld, the Enchantress summons a water sprite from Marsha Rosenberg's bathtub and has it reveal what has happened on Battleworld since their departure. It reveals to her that the Beyonder has seemingly perished and Doctor Doom has stolen his power. The Enchantress hopes for a moment of vulnerability so she can strike at Doom before he can use his power against her. When the Lizard begins to freak out, the Enchantress uses the distraction to call out the Volcana in order to make her pay for helping her reach the Molecule Man earlier in the Secret Wars when he was injured and she wanted to be by his side. Taking Marsha to a nearby park, Amora intends to steal her life force in order to gain additional power. Meanwhile, the Molecule Man fights it out with Dr. Octopus, because we're pandering to Charlie Esser now, who has come to doubt his ability to get them home. After Owen restrains Otto, the Lizard points out that Marsha is missing. They find her in the Enchantress's clutches and attack. When Amora tries to teleport back to Battleworld, the Lizard leaps at her and is transported there as well. When the lizard slashes her face, the enchantress absorbs his life force in order to return to Asgard. Meanwhile, Doctor Doom slumbers, and while he does, Claw tries to get close to him, but Doom quickly awakens. Claw then begins instilling doubt in Doom's mind, telling him that he may not have killed the heroes as he thought. Doom plays into this, and Claw creates a hologram showing the healer Xanshi using her powers to revive Colossus, dying in the process. Heartbroken, Colossus brings his fellow heroes back to Doom base and uses the medical devices there to revive the others. Doom denies this theory, even when Claw suggests that he subconsciously did not want them to die. When Doom continues to deny this, suddenly he is proven wrong when Thor's hammer comes smashing through the wall. Doom's power flares out of control, destroying a nearby planet. With the heroes about to besiege him, he listens to Claw's suggestion of giving him a portion of his power to deal with the heroes. Claw's giving a fraction of Doom's stolen power, and he goes out to face the heroes. Using this new power, he creates monsters for them to fight, as well as a rebuilt Ultron. The Thing slugs it out with one of the monsters when suddenly he starts to revert back to Ben Grimm. Through sheer force of will, he prevents the transformation, cementing the idea in his mind that Battleworld allows him to change back and forth. Elsewhere on the battlefield, Ultron has some of the others on the ropes when suddenly he blows up. The reason why becomes apparent when the Wasp emerges from his ruined shell, having used her biostings to damage his vulnerable internal components. As the battle rages on, Captain America gets past the monsters and Claw to confront Doctor Doom directly. Doom tries to atomize Captain America, but the hero suddenly reappears every time he tries to destroy him. This causes Doom's power to flare out of control. What Claw, or rather the being possessing him, has planned all along. When Doom is finally in a weakened state, the Beyonder emerges from Claw's body and reclaims his stolen power, restoring Doom back to his normal state and banishing both he and Claw away. With the Secret Wars not officially over, the heroes regroup back at Doom Base to try and figure out a way to get back home. There, Colossus has a funeral for Xanshi and weeps over her grave. Later, Spider-Man finds that the X-Men have created new costumes for themselves. When he sees the others doing so as well, he finds it curious that they are not using the same machine where he got his new uniform.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah. The Hulk's leg is broken, and Mr. Fantastic binds it in a metal brace. As the heroes rest after their victory, they are surprised when Kurt Connors, having reverted back to human form from the lizard, arrives. When this happy reunion between Connors and Spider-Man is happening, Nightcrawler wishes that Kitty's dragon Lockheed would return. Almost as if on cue, Lockheed does return with another small dragon in tow. Mr. Fantastic meets with the others and explains that residual energies from the Beyonder are what is causing the strange series of wish fulfillment that they have experienced recently. Hearing this, Captain America goes into a back room with his shattered shield and is happy to see that he is able to repair it through sheer force of will. Remember that moment for October, kids.
Sheer force of will.
Captain America shattered. Yeah, put that shattered shield together. Okay. Wait till October, kids. All right.
You know how it goes, man.
Yeah. Soon, Mr. Fantastic is able to cobble together a device that will allow him to teleport them all back home. First, he sends back the Hulk, Magneto, Spider-Man, Kurt Connors, and Spider-Woman. Next are the X-Men after Professor X consoles Colossus over the loss of Xanshi, convincing him to come back with them so her sacrifice is not in vain. As Mr. Fantastic prepares to teleport them away, the strange dragon that followed Lockheed flies into the teleportation beam, causing some strange feedback, leaving the rest to wonder what will happen to them when they return to Earth. Before the Avengers prepare to return home as well, the Thing arrives with She-Hulk, who is wearing a Fantastic Four uniform. Ben explains to Reed and Johnny that he intends to stay on Battleworld for a while to enjoy the ability to change back and forth between human and Thing forms, and has selected She-Hulk as his replacement on the team. After the Avengers teleport off, Ben insists that he is staying. Reed thinks briefly for a moment about telling Ben what he knows about his transformations and thinks against it, hoping he will discover the truth in time. Before going, Reed passes Ben the teleportation device so that Ben can use it whenever he is ready to return home. After Mr. Fantastic, the Torch, and She-Hulk are teleported away, Ben begins the first steps of his greatest adventure yet.
Yay! That's a good series too, Rocky Ben Grimm, Space Ranger.
I read some of that, yeah.
Yeah. Man, this is a fun book to say the least. I love. So first, Phil, you read X-Men books. What happened to the X-Men when the Dragonflies hit?
You know what? I honestly don't know. I mean, I'm assuming maybe they got thrown off course, or maybe they didn't land in Central Park with the others. I don't remember. I do remember Spider-Man coming back. He leaps out of that thing with Kurt Connors, and like there's like crowds and like cops there, and everyone's like, "Who is this?" He's like, "I'm Spider-Man." They're like, "No, you're not. You look different."
Yeah, just they can't accept a black Spider-Man, even not even to this day. No, I guess but what's weird to me because like I know Lockheed, I know all about Lockheed, and Lockheed's still around if I'm not mistaken.
I think so. Yeah.
So like Lockheed's girlfriend, what happened?
Ah!
What happened with her? I'm guessing they all went to the Savage Land because that's usually where the X-Men wind up. Maybe that dragon just decided to stay in the Savage Land.
Oh, okay. Here I found a note on it. I guess they calling it Puff. Puff turns into a massive menace, forcing the X-Men to kill the dragon in Uncanny X-Men 181.
Oh, that's sad.
Again, that the Spider-Man's suit, Iron Man's armor, the dragon, man, nothing good's coming back, except for the original
don't bring
hero
stuff back from Battle World, man. It's nothing good. Except of course for Ben Grimm meeting a redhead, and who dies, but then oh wow, as luck would have it, there happened to be another redhead here. Ooh, that would be a cool character to see in the new She-Hulk series if Sharon Ventura shows up. Yeah. There was talk about Ben Grimm. We'll have to see what happens. Yeah, I mean, I love this series. I also wonder like what happened to Doom and Claw, because I don't know about those two hanging out after this.
I know that I'm pretty sure the next time Claw shows up, because I think he mentioned it. He actually shows up in Daredevil. Like I don't know if that's where he landed or not, but he shows up in Hell's Kitchen. Yeah, and it's pretty much him versus Daredevil. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's not like crazy after that too. I mean,
he's not so crazy. Yeah, because he kind of says something about putting his mind back together and
Yeah. Well, I guess that was, maybe that's what one of the things that Beyonder did while they were there,
Yeah, and Claw says something about he wants an easy win, to get his confidence back. So that's why he came after Daredevil. Daredevil's like, oh, no, you didn't.
Yeah. Not really an easy win.
No.
Although you really, actually, sound powers are like the best thing to use against Daredevil, but not solid sound, He
actually goes into I think it's like an electronics store and uses like a bunch of the sound equipment to like bombard Claw with I don't know, different frequencies that I get, takes him out, I guess.
Yeah. Well, that checks out.
But no, I was looking at the X-Men stuff. It's starting to come back to me. Yeah, they got blown off course. They landed in Japan.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a nice place to be. And thus becomes,
Oh, no, and that dragon becomes a kaiju.
Well, I mean, I guess so, maybe. But it's like Wolverine and him in Japan. Maybe that's where they started. Oh yeah, I remember I had a wife here once or something. Anyway,
well, I mean, I guess Doom gets shunted into the future because I mean we'll get there on Capes in September. But remember that Fantastic Four where it's like, oh yeah, Doom, did we underpull Doom from the future? So.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. So that's the loop.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because at the end of that, yeah, that's where he pops in and out.
So that's where he went back to, because that's where he pulled him from after he puts him back together. So crazy stuff, Phil. Crazy stuff.
I love
time travel shenanigans. You'd think it was an X-Men book.
I love that story at the end reads like, "Let's get out of here," because he knows he's like, "Oh, Doom's gonna be mad that he had that Beyonder power and let it go." He's not gonna be in a mood.
It is what it is. It is what it is. All right, you want to talk some Avengers books this week, Phil?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's see. Well, let's talk. You want to talk Savage Avengers first?
Sure.
So Savage Avengers. So wow, and they just put it right. Oh, actually, do they put it there?
What?
Oh yeah, right there, right on the cover. The big spoiler.
Tombstone. Yeah.
Miles Morales is Deathlock. Bum bum bum. And like, why is Otto opening up an annihilation wave? Like, in what system? Like, what was the plan? What was your plan, Otto?
I don't know. I mean, is this how devils?
Maybe something tragic happened to Ms. Marconi, and Otto's like, if I can't be happy, no one can.
Is this how that
Um,
Superior 4 book could have gone wrong?
Yeah, something like that. And this is basically as the Deathlock is trying to reboot, all of Miles's memories are coming back. Meanwhile, back in the Hyborian Age, Conan is strapped to a big X, and Thulsa Doom is gonna kill him and use his blood to bring back Set. And we just sort of, and it's a nice little parallel we get here between Thulsa Doom and I wonder if he's any relation to Victor Von Doom, and Miles Morales, in his flashbacks. But I do like as they're trying to find Conan, but they keep on coming apparently upon Sumerian graveyards. So good thing those are around. And there's a whole thing with Anti-Venom trying to hit on Dagger, and Cloak getting all jealous, and Dagger being like, "Don't make me cut you both," which I do appreciate.
I do like that. It seems like Elektra is leading this team.
Oh yeah, well, she is a natural born leader.
Oh yeah.
I mean, she led the hand, so
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, I heard that that it finally struck Frank Castle that he might be on the wrong side.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we do see Miles fighting off the annihilation wave. Then cut back to Tulsa Doom and Conan, and then we get the smart move. Rather than chasing down Conan, they just create an army of zombie Sumerian barbarians.
Mm-hmm.
And we see that Weapon H has turned himself into a leader Hulk. So that's cool. So we can pick which kind of Hulk he wants to be.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty cool power set, man. And we cut back to Miles, and I love this whole thing he says. My hero, my mentor told me to, never go down and all this stuff. And my uncle always told me, don't watch the mouth, watch the hands.
Yeah.
Steals the cosmic control rod. Which, again, is one of those things that's like, Annihilus, that's your whole shtick. Why do you wear it on your neck? It's like, I mean, because he could put it in his pocket and it might be harder to steal,
Mm-hmm.
He's got a whole breastplate there. You could lock it in and need a special key, all that stuff. But Thulsa Doom does in fact spill Conan's blood, which opens the portal, and here comes the Set. Yay! Everyone loves Elder Gods. And we're gonna have to find out what they do with the Elder Gods next week. But here we got Conan riding the serpent. So. Woo! Sounds fun.
You don't think they're going to kill Conan, are you? Since they kind of lost that.
Nah.
Yeah.
No, well, first off, they didn't even kill Conan at the end of the King Conan book. So
Yeah.
Because even that one, they said, and we found Conan's sword. Clearly, he must have perished. And the last scene is him swimming out in a raft made of human teeth, because that's just what Conan does. You got a book you want to throw out, Phil?
Did you read Miss Marvel and Moon Knight?
Yes, I did. And apparently, so this is a continuing thing of Ms. Marvel meeting all of these other superheroes.
Yeah, it's like a mini series of
Yeah, so that's fun. I like her coming into her own. I like this one because, hey, man, with the 2 new hit shows on Disney Plus,
exactly
together at last, and the way they used to hyped that on the old Hulk books. I'm surprised it didn't like have a little logo thing like the heroes of Disney Plus brought to you. What do you think of this issue, Phil?
I liked it. I mean, I liked the interactions with Moon Knight. I mean, the art's great. I mean, she gets to interact with Moon Knight and Hunter's Moon.
Yeah, honestly, and she's doing great. Here's the one thing I thought was really interesting: that the bugs have now escalated to being rats.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's very interesting. It makes me wonder what they're going to be next. Because obviously they're evolving, they're growing, they're getting bigger, more powerful, and I think that's a really interesting aspect of this story, especially when they do become hyper mecha rat, and Ms. Marvel has to embiggen to thwart them. Which is also cool. And I love, Ms. Marvel actually leading the fight, which is cool. She's like she is not gonna wait for Moon Knight to take the lead. And basically she keeps the monster busy while Moonlight freaking summons Khonshu.
Yeah, I think like him and Hunter's Moon. Yeah, like I was going to say just like a sliver of Khonshu, maybe. Yeah, but not enough to take that thing out.
Just enough because it's different for gods. So they all part ways as friends. Ms. Marvel's going to continue looking into this, and then we get our flashback here at the end, where apparently they're trying to get all of these bits of super stuff to build a big red squiggly thing. And who's behind it all, Phil?
The man with the peacock tattoo.
Yeah, and then next week it's Ms. Marvel and Venom.
Yep.
Yay! That should be fun.
That'll be interesting. Kamala and Venom, yeah.
Sucks that it's freaking the jerk Venom.
Although, you know what? I don't know if it's going to be Eddie or not, because in his own book now, he's been like traveling through space and time. Like he met Kang, like, after King and Black, he can his mind can jump to like different symbiotes and stuff. And like on Earth, his son was using that original Venom symbiote. So that might be interesting if it's like, it might be Eddie's teenage son.
Ooh, that might be interesting.
That would be
especially because Kamala herself is a teen hero too.
Exactly.
So that, and she may be approaching Venom thinking he's Big Eddie Brock, and then it's like, no, it's just little teen Eddie.
Yeah, because she would have more. Yeah, she'd have more experience than his son, so yeah, she can give him advice and stuff.
All right. And then we have Avengers 1 million BC. Ooh. The secret origin of Baby Thor. You liked Baby Yoda, you'll love Baby Thor.
I thought we knew the origin. Odin got drunk one night, as he does.
No, it started with love. Although I like the fact that it also starts with Ymir and the Annihilation Queen. Maybe that. I guess maybe that's Annihilus's mother. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. But they go to have a baby. But then the Avengers of 1 million BC basically, disrupt that night of passion. And Ymir is having none of it. Or not Ymir, Laufey, right? That's Laufey. Yeah. That's Loki's dad, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
So that, this all brings it all a lot more. I'm telling you, man, they're getting close to something with that secret origin of Loki. Getting our secret origin of Thor here. I think we're going to get some secret origins of Loki pretty soon. The Black Panther dies, and this is apparently why the Wakandans are like, we're not getting involved with you people. You people get our leaders killed. You people are dangerous. And Odin is just not shown enough reverence to it all. And he's still trying to he really acts the big buffoon in all of this. Um, but she loves him, um, which is the whole problem for poor Phoenix, because she can't be tied down, Phil. She's a Phoenix. She belongs among the stars. But you know what? Problem is that she loves Earth so much and she's afraid to leave it. Meanwhile, Odin, being the drunken lout he is, decides to throw Phoenix a surprise wedding. Friends, I don't know if you've ever met a female. Do not throw a woman a surprise wedding. I don't think any woman would like that. Even if they like you, they may not like that.
No.
Anyway, moving right along, we get to this scene of Gaia giving birth, and all of the Avengers come, like the three wise men kind of thing. But so is Laufey, ready to get his revenge because, they killed his baby, so he's going to kill Odin's baby. And Odin, again, being just the worst, literally just the worst. And then we get the real secret origin of all of this, which is Phoenix and Gaia had a little sister chat talking about Odin, and Gaia's like, yeah, I am not gonna f Odin. Okay, I've after talking tree. It's cool, man, but Odin is not a talking tree.
No.
But Phoenix is like, man, trust me, get to know him. He's actually not as much of a. He's actually a nice guy if you get to know him. He just really plays up this idiot character for some reason. I don't know, but I can never be bound to him. But this world needs a hero, and if you can find yourself to look beyond Odin being just an idiot, you might find that he's actually worth stripping. And if you strip him, you might have a super god. And so they do, and so they did. And the baby is born, but then Laufey is going to attack. He seemingly kills baby Thor with his cold touch. And what do you have if you ever get a cold touch? Gotta add the heat, Phil.
Oh, yeah.
And so the Phoenix takes him up, envelops him in the Phoenix Force, brings down the lightning so that his first breath is lightning and fire. And then Odin gets all pissy as he does. Says, take the babe back to Asgard. Just an awful human being, or an awful god, honestly. And they're really, I think they're really playing into this idea that the gods are not worth nothing. But some of them are actually not too bad. Phoenix is kind of cool. She doesn't blow up the earth. They even make the point that the biggest problem for the Phoenix is staying in one place too long. That's not good for the Phoenix. One wonders why she keeps on choosing human hosts who keep on wanting to stay. But anyway, I liked this book. I really did. I really love how they handled it so that it is the truth. He is still the child of Gaia and Odin, but that there was also a third. It was a throuple, but not in the way you think. And that was cool.
I just wanted to throw out, I mean, it seems like it's been a while since we got one of these, but they finally do the finale of Banner of War from Hulk number 8.
Yay, Banner of War.
Because remember,
speaking of Thor,
Thor's been Hulkified. Hulk's carrying that hammer. So yeah, they fight. Odin's helping Banner. He's like, we got to get him to Asgard. We got to push him in the World Tree. That'll drain his gamma power. Meanwhile, Thor rips one of the Hulk's arms off.
Hope it grows back.
Oh yeah. I think he pulls an absorbing man pretty much. Basically puts the arm back on, lets it grow together. But yeah, but I mean, the tree doesn't do it. Eventually, they just have to. Odin talks to Thor, and then they basically have to do a big blast from that hammer. And then afterwards, the Hulk leaves, and Thor tells. Remember, Tony Stark's still there, so Thor tells Tony Stark. He's like, "Oh yeah, Hulk's dead. Yeah, he didn't survive the blast." So,
Yay.
He's like, because he tells Sif later, he's like, I felt Banner's pain and rage. He's like, I felt him too, and he knows no one will believe him that he had nothing to do with whatever happened in El Paso. So it seems like Hulk's traveling the multiverse again. So
Okay, well, I think he's happier there.
oh yeah, he's banishing
you know,
himself this time.
yes. Is he still a spaceship, or they're still doing that conceit?
It seems like he's wearing that whole rig, so it seems like it. Yeah.
Yeah, but Banner's like inside the Hulk head.
Oh, I mean, we didn't see that at the end, but he was in there talking to Odin
Yeah.
during the whole thing. And then the last thing, Captain Marvel 40, Carol passed her magical trial, it seems, but Amora the Enchantress speaking of Amora the Enchantress, wasn't happy with the outcome. So basically, speaking of giant dragons, Carol comes home to that thanks to the Enchantress.
Well, it's her go-to.
Oh yeah,
it's her go-to move. So that, I mean, that's cool. It never ceases to amaze me how many great items there are in the Marvel Universe tied to the Avengers and Hulks and all these things, including the new hit She-Hulk show. You can hear our thoughts on it by scrolling up and going to this week's episode of Super Connective or Capes and Lunatics.
275. Yes,
275. Yeah, there are no more episodes of Super Connectivity. People just didn't connect to it. All right, Philip. You want to give them all of the numbers and emails and links and such?
Sure, yeah. All right, everyone. So, yeah, send us your thoughts. Oh, hey, starting next week, we're going to be doing a bunch of Captain America for September and October. So, yes, next week, we're going to be doing Captain America 247 through 250. I think Charlie's going to like them. There's some... we finally settled on an origin for Captain America. We get some Dragon Man. We get some Machine Smith. And issue 250 is when that third party asked Captain America to run for president. So...
Oh, man.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, those guys are no good.
So, yes, so a lot of good stuff there. So, email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, follow Avengers Declassified on Facebook, on Twitter. Find our Facebook fan group on Facebook, the Avengers fan group. Find the links to all the various social medias for all our shows, the link to the YouTube channel. Please subscribe there. The Patreon, especially, please subscribe if you can. Help us support this show. You get early access to creator interviews and superhero movie brackets. We will find the worst superhero movie of all time. And, of course, Capes and Lunatics and Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks merch. Find it all at Linktree, linktr.ee/Capes and Lunatics.
Real aluminium mugs.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, you can always write to me in that old-fashioned email way, where mothers and fathers once did, at superconnectivityblog@gmail.com. That's superconnectivityblog, all one word, at gmail.com. And, of course, follow me on the Twitters. I live tweet things like Stargirl, which is coming back, and maybe other things, if I ever feel like it. I just found out you can actually do a group watch on Disney Plus. I did not know that you could do that until today. So
yeah, I've never done that, but I think you set up like a watch party thing. Yeah,
that might be fun. All right then. And if you'd when I live tweet things, I can do that. You can do that. You can follow me at Charlie Esser. That's CharlieEsser. Look for the two E's in the middle
for quality. Bing.
When the Avengers assemble, they often destroy and often heal and often do other things. But you do not know that until you read Avengers Declassified. Good night.
Good night. Declassify those pals.
God, no, man, there's so much that's classified on the Avengers. It's all redacted.
Oh, I remember that issue of Spider-Man when he comes back from Battle World. He's like, oh, yeah, Reed Richards said we shouldn't burden the public with the knowledge of what happened there, because they were trying to hype the series because only like the first issue or something had been out because even Spider-Man's like, whoa, like that time Galactus almost stepped on me.
Well,
they were really hyping that series, yeah.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I enjoyed it, and I felt that it was a really good. It was a very dense series. You know, it's like there's a lot of action every episode, and it was good. It was good, and they always made sure if